Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play EU4, Imperial Italy. Poor Scandinavia being torn apart. Great Britain still looks kind of derpy. I guess there can be no Great Britain until I think England owns Lothian. And right now Scotland's almost as big as them. Mostly comes down to alliances. Spain and Denmark, Austria, Holland, Padawan. You know, that's why I think Scotland's just in a better diplomatic position. They have finally gone and scooped up the rest of Ireland over here, so the Connaught is no longer independent, which is good. Meanwhile, our own war rages on. And by rage, I mean we've completely dominated all foes forever. So that's nice. Okay, we've picked up... oh no, Rethel got reclaimed, which is fine. It's not a fort or anything like that, so it doesn't matter in any way whatsoever. I do have to figure out if it is time to rebuild my navy. Our trade power is still stupendous in the two nodes that we own. That's one of the reasons we're making so much damn money right now. France hates Portugal, okay. I was actually hoping that France might have gotten picked apart a little bit more. They actually have a pretty decent army over here, which is a bit disappointing. You know, if England or whoever was the war leader. But they did release Savoy, which actually works out relatively well for me. I will want to go and eat them up at some point. In fact, why don't I go ahead and fabricate a claim on them right now? Just to get that taken care of, because it's another province we'll be able to add to the HRE. I think we'll be able to eat all of Aragon. We can leave them with the island over here. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. In fact, that's actually more likely, because they're very unlikely to accept if it means destroying their whole nation. But just doing this might be good. We could also vassalize them and then diplo-annex them later on, which might not be terrible. We're still above our relationship limit, though. So no, I don't think so. And at this point, us annexing territory is pretty cheap. So we're going to do that. We may as well kill that. Well, apparently we have a hard time reaching it. Whew. Do we not have enough cannons? Wow. Yeah, we have like no cannons. Well, stand here anyway. We'll send you some more cannons soon. You! Go and retake Rethel. Here we have tons of cannons. In fact, we probably have way too many. Yes, we do. Tell you what then, let's make a little change. You stand there. You, we're going to select you. We're going to break off 10 cannons. And we're going to move you there. And I suppose we might go and escort you with a handful of infantry as well. But we'll have everyone meet up here. Then we'll see about wiping out that stack. Okay, this is going well. Good, good, good. Navarre, you are still a vassal under France. Surprised they didn't negotiate that. They released Savoy, but that's it. Anyway, you move in there, actually. Good. Let's go and wipe out this stack. Do. Okay. So we still have the full siege bonus there. In fact, there's some extra guys here. Oh, Mecklenburg moves around, though. And that's likely to happen. They can deal with that. That is fine and happy making. Over here, we're going to go and select the army. I'm just going to leave a handful of dudes behind and send a good number of them over there. There we go. Cut down on some of the attrition. Still a good number of cannons, although we are going to need more. My god. We do have the +3, so with 12 you can get +3. That's not bad. Okay, so we only need 8 more cannons for the full siege bonus. Let's go ahead and stand on this territory, even though... Actually, there's no fort, so we can actually grab both, and that's nice. They're going to escape with those troops, but we'll have all their territory, and that's good. All right, that is complete over there. That's the Diplo level, which we're going to wait on because we need to negotiate this peace deal. We're making really, really good money. So, well, I can't build a navy until Aragon is out of the war, because they could come by and sink my ships one at a time as they're being built. Because they did have a navy. I don't know where they are now. Scandinavia is rivaling Scotland. Okay. What's this? Supporting the independence of the 13 colonies. That's cool. I love seeing that sort of stuff when the AI gets involved. You have no cannons or anything, so... You can probably just go and, like, stand in Navarro. It's not a big stack, actually. It's not a big enough stack to stop a rebel thing. Just stand near it for now, and then we'll get some extra troops to reinforce you soon. Won the siege of Girona. Good, that's the other fort. I don't know why this hasn't... Is that actually not progressing? Did they patch it? I said that all you need is like one dude. They must have patched it so you need at least 1,000 dudes now to make siege progress. That's good! That's really good. Regiments needed 1. Because it used to be literally 1 person could siege a thing. Oh, I was talking about that like last episode or something. There's probably a ton of people in the comments who were like, no, it's dumb, it's not the way it is. Well, that's the way it was. By the way, I'm recording this the same day. So that's why I haven't had the chance to address the comments yet. Alright, trade depots. Good, good, good. Those ships there. Yeah, I think that'll be the thing to do with my money, is to build the navy. I'm just playing it a wee bit safe before we do that. Meanwhile, over here, yes, the full cannon bonus, which is good. We've got to let that slowly tick through. You don't have, like, full defensive, do you? Yes, you do. So it's longer siege times. We're getting more attrition. Everything sucks. Go away, Aragon. We'll get back to you. Biggerty. Denmark hates Scandinavia. So what does Scandinavia look like now after that war? Wow, they lose a lot of territory. Look at Riga, was a 1 province, took all this from Scandinavia. Denmark was down to 1, or maybe 2 provinces, took all of this, because Scandinavia was insanely in debt, had no army left, so they couldn't build an army. And like, they were at peace, but that was the situation, and all these little people declared war on them and tore them apart. And that's really good for me, because a strong Scandinavia, they were allying a lot here. They have a hard time getting there, but it's still better to have them a little bit weaker. Okay. Keep checking that Diplo thing, but I don't actually need it. And right now, it wouldn't help me, right? Well, it gives me more trade efficiency. The earlier we get that, the better. But I don't know how many Diplo points we might need for this peace deal. Right now, we're still focused over here, which is fine, because I did want to finish those ideas. In fact, the cheaper unjustified demands would be a beautiful thing to do in this war, because we'd save a lot of points. Still, let me start off by getting Aragon out as is. So, we could vassalize them. It would obviously take up one of our relationship slots. Do you have anyone overseas? No. You just have this extra province. I mean, we could potentially just eat you. Oh, we can't make it a core. Where's this? Where's Urgel? Oh, it's here! I can't core that, so I can't take it? Really? I mean, it's only base tax 11 and it's inland, so it's not as important. I'm just surprised. I don't want this because it would be a pain in the ass to deal with rebellion over there. So I think I'm just going to grab these 2 provinces. Oh, if I do that, then I can do it. Again, it's not going to affect too many people inside the HRE, although this will add up. And certainly Burgundy will as well. But I think at this point, being as aggressive as possible is the right thing to do, because what I want to do is pull in as many provinces as possible into the HRE. So we'll take a 90 or 84% peace deal over here. So one of these 2 probably belongs to Catalonia, which I don't care about. Your treaties are irrelevant. Revoke cores on some Spanish stuff, which I don't care about. I think we're going to do this. Hopefully Spain isn't bothered too much. Okay. And again, we're going to spend all our admin power. So, Lucien, just half price. Okay, we can get everything going, which is good. Meanwhile, you have to send a bunch of cannons up to there. Move everyone up there, it's fine. But mostly, we want the cannons in that general direction. So now the war is down to just Burgundy. You have no admin to core things we take from Burgundy. It actually might be worthwhile vassalizing them, if they're small enough for that, which I'm not sure. In which case, maybe I should have vassalized Aragon. No, they can be vassalized. I think that's what we're going to do. The vassalize and then Diplo annex. It'll take a long time for the AE to burn off. But it might be worth doing. Of course, once we annex them, they're going to get more autonomy, because you start, when you Diplo annex, you get 75 autonomy versus the, I don't remember what, 50 autonomy that you get if you just annex outright. Something of that nature. I guess you promise people more independence as part of the sweetening of the deal. Anyway, now that Aragon is out, sure, Burgundy still has a navy, but not much of one. So we still got to deal with that Naples thing, because it's going to annoy me. You go and trash that. We're going to create a template with, like, there we go, ton of lights. Oh, and they are building them everywhere. I guess because it's connected here, so you don't need a contiguous coast. You just need contiguous sort of provinces. Okay, that's good. I like that. Get that started. I'm tempted to build a handful of heavies, too, so that we don't get smashed as badly in the future. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to build 10 heavies to escort my navy. Like so. Okay. So that'll be building for a while. Still have money left over. We could build some more province improvements. You are now at the full +5. You actually got a slight overkill here, but not too much. I'm going to go and split off some of the infantry at least to cut back on some of the attrition. Like so. Now, we might not need 100% peace deal. They are certainly very exhausted. Once we take their capital, which is going to happen first, they might be willing to become vassalized at that point. I don't know, though. We could just soak them in. Probably want to rebalance these soon, too. Okay, and my next heir, though, stupendously good. We're going to catch up on admin points after all this coring. Yeah, you know what? I'll just annex them because speed really is of the essence with everything that's going on here. Let's make sure we're capped out. Avignon separatists. Okay, but there's a fortress there, which is good. So I don't need to rush in. I guess I can grab these guys here, because I don't think these will become unsieged while I am sieging the actual fort. So let's move more people down there. And not many cannons going on, but that's okay. Poland doesn't care about Scandinavia. Now they hate Ethiopia. Ethiopia doing fairly well for itself, by the way. Oddly enough, has not rivaled the Ottomans or vice versa, and I don't know why that is. God, the Ottomans are scary, though. Ah. So it is internal peace that adds to that. So even though members of the HRE are in a war, for example, myself, that's fine. It's as long as they're not in a war with each other. Siege ability. You know what? What a great time to pick that up. Actually, it would have been handy earlier. Love that. Speed up the sieges, which is really good for just winning wars sooner. And also cuts down on attrition dramatically, because you can just siege things much, much faster. 20% faster, in fact. And that's what's being annoying here, is this is a fully defensive Burgundy. So we're getting more attrition, and also sieges take a heck of a lot longer to resolve. So that's grassland, and as peasants, or they're separatists, so they're actually not quite as bad as peasants, but they're still relatively bad. Was one of these light ship? No, that's an extra heavy. So I could have had these guys trading. Siege in Burgundy is over, and that gives us 99%. Really? Even without this extra fort? Well, we do have the... We've had the war goal for a while. What was the war goal? I don't even remember. No. Take Bourgogne. Oh, yeah, it's there. I was, like, seeing the symbol. It's flat because we've been capped here for a while. Plus, we've got 28 points from battles. Okay, so we don't even need the last province. Can't core it. But I can take this and then that. So just fully annex the country. That is going to push a lot of people in the HRE into a possible coalition. More importantly, they're going to dislike me, which might hurt my standing here. So far, so good. And again, I still have really powerful allies. Oh, they're not willing to take it. Because this fort is still unoccupied. Okay. No, I can dig that. Meanwhile, let's move in close to Savoie over here. Now, it's weird. In a normal game, at this point, I would be fine with coalitions. They'd be irrelevant. I could probably stomp them down, and we'd get into a state of permanent war. The problem is I still care about my diplomatic position, because I have to make sure I get reelected, plus have support of princes for the next set of reform. This one in particular is going to be quite important. So I got to finish that siege. Okay, got that. Let's go and stand on Navarre over here. Or Parma, because it's a hill, actually. It'd be more annoying to attack into that. Just wait. Do we actually have the points for it? No, that's why we're getting... Well, that's part of the reason. Too much Diplo power. Whereas if I just do this, I can afford it. It still pisses off people. Now, within 100 years, will I be able to annex these guys? I think so. So you know what, then? Congratulations, Burgundy. Let me make sure to just reset this properly. You're going to be my vassal instead. I know, it's very exciting. It does mean we don't get our additions to the HRA points as quickly, but they'll still eventually come in, so that's a thing. Okay. And then let's use... So we're at minus 200, right? Oh, no. That was with France. We're at minus 67 with Burgundy. How sick is that? So we're burning off about 4 a year, although that rate will change because of a variety of different things. So in, let's call it something like 30 years, 35 years, depending on how things go, on the outside. 35 years, there'll be no more aggressive expansion with Burgundy. I like it. No, we'll be fine. We'll be able to soak them in with plenty of time here. Burgundian Liberty Desire is high. Not really a surprise. That'll go away pretty fast. No, do I really not have the ability to walk through stuff? No one will give me access rights? I guess everyone hates me. Let's go and... Ooh, trade power. A, trade power is good. B, it makes them like me a bit more. So we'll send that. Clone. We're already doing that. Let's make sure to improve trade power a little bit more. You switched your vote. Bastard. Well, I can't blame you. We might be able to convince them to switch it back. We'll have to be a little bit careful here. Now, I'm not going to march this guy because it is my plan to annex him. And we will start improving relations as early as we can over here. There we go. 3 years before we can war France. Oh, we can go after Savoy right away. Do you have any allies yet? Nope. We don't have a diplomat. That's Mecklenburg. That's just my vassal, so relationship there is not quite as critical. So before you get an ally, we're going to declare war on you and just finish you up. This is not the greatest comp, but it's going to be fine. We'll take some extra losses, maybe. And we'll do one of those. Okay. So we are currently improving relations there. And, oh, Cologne. We want to make sure to improve relations, which we are. Just make sure to keep you on our side. Württemberg, let's improve over there. In fact, he likes me more already. He's just going to wait another month or something. I don't remember. Before he can change his vote for the emperor again. We're still fine. If we died today, we get reelected. So that's what's important. And it'll just get stronger in a moment. There'll be more people disliking us in a moment because of Savoy, but that's all right. Oh, you just have a capital fort? Okay. And you got the siege guy, and you've got lots of cannons, so we can just move out with you. And... okay, right now, when would this siege, Milanese siege, till 2 years away? Well, I guess I'll keep troops nearby. Oh, there's actually a fort in Parma, so that's not too bad. So it's only Navarra I got to worry about. So I guess as long as I've got a ton of troops around Navarra, and we can wait for a tick, maybe I'll leave my troops at like a third maintenance. If I throw enough people in there at a third maintenance, they'll be able to take them out. Silesia is requesting military access. Sure. Anhalt. Sure, that's fine. Now that we're at war, I can walk through here as well. Good. Which we will do, so we're sucking up to you. Yeah, Burgundy's going to like me just fine. We'll be able to royal marry them already now, as long as we hit a diplomat. But we'll finish the job sucking up to a few other people first, and then we'll get there. Okay. I love our situation, except that it's still our goal to form the HRE, and I don't know. That's a big ask. Now we got an internal war. Not with you. Yeah, I can see some skirmishing going on over here. It'd be nice when we ban that. We are still gaining HRA points, and of course we're going to add some more stuff soon. Lose legitimacy, lose prestige. I'll lose the prestige because we are about to gain some prestige from winning a war. You can hang out in Wallace. Actually, split you in half. You can go down here because the mountains have pretty low supply limits. And you can go there. Okay. You're sieging and you're standing around there, which is fine. We are coring all the things over here. Milanese rebels are still the next ones, potentially 1 year away. I'm getting a little bit more war exhaustion from being at war here, but it's hardly a thing. We'll be slightly more overextended once we take this province, which is pretty valuable as well. There we go. Oh! Oh! Okay, we got reelected. That was kind of dicey timing over here. We've got our 634 person. That's fantastic. We got reelected. Our air is kind of meh, especially militaristically, but it's not the end of the world. I will go ahead and boost the stability. And if we get a few more princes to vote for us, then we can pass this reform. Unfortunately, they're going to start disliking us slightly more in a moment. So the biggest barrier isn't the amount of points I have. Oh yes, let's re-royal marry. In particular, we got to make sure that we've got our royal marriages with... oh, right. Wrong government type. We're already married. You're the wrong government type. Still an archbishopric. Yes, you are. You're an archbishopric. You hate me, and you're a republic. You are voting for me. And we have royal ties. We need to reset this one. So let me stop improving relations with Burgundy for a tick. Just don't want to slip behind here and have the votes alternate again. Do that there, because you vote for Saxony, and then Saxony votes for someone else, or votes for themselves at that point, which starts to get a little bit annoying. Okay, great. When we get there we go. We've got him back already. We'll royal marry Burgundy, get that going. Russia, yes. Württemberg, yes. Spain, do we have to send you a request? Yes, we do. So we will do that in a moment. And there we are. Reset that. Bam. Good. Lose a little bit of legitimacy as we get married, but that'll bounce back very quickly. And meanwhile, we are still getting the votes here. We just need the votes down here. So yeah, we need to like go through this list and find people who aren't voting for us. And see how much we can suck up to them. Now, is it sorted? Yeah, see, the Hansa would almost be willing to do it. We just need to maybe top that off again. Let's see what else we can do. We do have our diplomat guy, which is good. We don't have points for another papal boost to it, which is unfortunate, but otherwise perfectly fine. Going to win that, which will upset a few more people. Hopefully we can pass the vote soon. And for every extra point of imperial authority we've got, we will get more support. However, I think when you pass it, you burn all the points. I don't think it costs you 50. I think it uses all the points you have, so then you end up wasting it. So there's sort of pros and cons. Well, it's mostly a con. It'd be nice to just have the votes as is. That's the thing. We want to play the expansionist game because we can get more imperial authority that way, but it also upsets people, which effectively costs us more imperial authority. I don't think I'm going to add these things to the empire until I've passed that reform, which is mostly going to be a diplomatic barrier. Again, these would help pass it because if you look, the support for a thing is based, it gets a bonus based on imperial authority. But yeah. Does happen pretty quick. I think, I'm not sure about this, but it's possible it gets a bonus equal to the amount above 50% that you have. Like it's possible we have 51.6 right now, which would explain why we've got that 1.6 going on. I'm not 100% sure, but it could be. Okay, Kurland. Who the hell are you? Is this Riga conform something called Kurland? That's news to me. Cheaper artillery cost. All right, that's a thing. Won that siege. Okay. Well, we don't have a diplomat. Tell you what, we can drop the one in Cologne. That's fine. Oh, and the Hansa just finished. So we're going to eat you up. Take all your money. And it is going to upset some people. Oh, within the HRE. There we go. That's actually great timing because it's happening while we still have all our maintenance up. I'm going to have to move in pretty quick over there so that it doesn't tick because it could happen pretty fast. Demands of the Romagnan. So we can get 2 provinces with local unrest for 10 years. Those are really stable provinces, though. Or we can deal with some revolutionaries. In Ferrara and Mantuna, both of which have a fort. So, no, we'll just do it that way then. Might as well. Okay. And then we'll move in here with all the people. Crush that pretty easily. You know, river crossings and things aside. Just massive, massive numbers. What is this? Burgundy wants to become a march. No, I'm sorry, because I have to diplo-vassalize you at some point. I mean, unless you're willing to become a member of the HRE and add all your stuff. It's interesting that they would ask, though. I like it. Oh, and we need to find other people. So most people are pretty highly opposed to it. I don't know, just suck up to some more random people and see what we can do. All right, good. Group you up, split you in half so we get a decent composition. I'm going to send you on there, and you are going to split and go there and there to reduce attrition. Corps savoir. There we are. Forgot about that. Thank you for the pop-up. And then we'll work on, I don't know, tech and stuff. Well, yeah. I suppose we may as well finish our Diplo ideas over here. Not that this is that critical for not making our justified demands. I don't know. It's probably worth doing, though. All right. Wipe you out. And, oh, our fleet's starting to come together. Thank you. You can go and patrol what? We don't need to patrol our local nodes. We want to pull more trade out of Alexandria. That's where all of our ships are going to go. Actually, let me bring in this and that. I didn't realize my war galleons were going somewhere else. I'll just group it up for convenience now. I'll just take an extra tick to get there. And yes, patrol Alexandria down here. Bring more trade into my nodes. Please and thank you. I'm going to wipe out these rebels over here. Oh, with the help of Cologne, who have been really helpful at dealing with rebels, even though I'm not calling them into the war. So that's good. And right now we're going to sit on our hands for a little while. We're only at half manpower. Not that that's going too badly, although we could probably afford to build our army up again. Let me see here. First of all, we need more infantry. So we've got these little 5 stacks of infantries. So I'm going to go and summon. Yeah, I'm playing Magic the Gathering here. A stack of 5 infantry for each one of my current standing armies. And then we'll go ahead and let me cancel most of these templates. Yes. Yes. You don't have to ask for confirmation. Can I not hit enter to get rid of this? Sometimes I can. Maybe I hit enter too early once. Gonna get rid of that. We're gonna make a army 1. I'm gonna go with 14 of those, 6 of these, and a dozen of those for a 32 stack army. That seems like a pretty good shape. And we'll have you group up over there. All right, 52. That'll bring us to exactly 150 force limit, which is still well below our limit. I don't want to overspend too much, but we'll get that going. And yeah, we can have a huge force limit now. And we'll let all this stuff sort of recover a little bit, and that's okay. I'm not going to invest in that. Spain, we're good right now, so I can hold off. And I'll just see if I can improve relations in the HRE. It's tempting to go and grab the faster relationship guy, right? Replace him with, well, we don't have him, never mind. The 25% thing to burn off aggressive expansion faster, but I guess we're not going to do that. And yes, I'm going to work on this for now, which is going to be fine. More trade efficiency, which means a lot more money. I could throw some gifts around too. That's an interesting idea. Why don't I throw some bribes around? The Hansa. Because, yeah, we're nowhere close to having maxed out things. I don't have a diplomat. Could max out Burgundy. Hainaut's about to finish, so let me do that. Send a gift. Because you should be... Oh, wow. Okay. Never mind. You are basically unbribable. As are you. Is it based on my money or their money? Me, Nuremberg. There you go, you're bribable. Send money. Emperor is overextended and not West Slavic. So once I stop being overextended... Still, we'll see if we can find some people who are relatively cheap. That's not exactly relatively cheap, but it's not bad. Mecklenburg, of course, will support it. Magdeburg, quite far off, but highly bribable. Let's do that. Lüneburg. You actually already support it, which is nice. Lorraine hates it. Austria. Brunswick's not too far off. And actually, that uses up a relationship slot, so I don't want to do that. Let's start with that, and we can improve relations as well. Okay, got some pop-ups here. What do we got? Okay, coring, so we're not going to be as overextended. We still have a little bit of overextension, but that's going to go away really soon now. So what are we looking at? 19 against. We're getting there. Holstein, is there any way? That's not Holstein. Keep doing that. Who's Holstein? Is it you? 1.8. Oh, you're very close. So let's just improve relations with you for a little while. You actually heart me. Friendly, even though you were kind of against me. We have CBs. A little aggressive expansion, but not too much. So that should be another vote that goes my way relatively soon. Oldenburg, which is here. You would actually vote for me now. So I can go ahead and cancel that. Free up a diplomat. So looking for someone who's ideally very close. So now we're getting a lot of support. Holland. What if I send you a gift, buddy? Ooh, you're going to hate me pretty bad. Well, let's cap this off, because you're not that far off. We're very close. Hainaut, actually, we're close to losing you. Be nice if we could flip you. Internal conflicts in Scandinavia. Doesn't really surprise me, if I'm going to be honest. And again, once our overextension goes away, that will help our diplo rep. Because A, they hit our overextension. B, our overextension brings down our diplo rep. Oh, we still have that annex subjects as well. That's from the Netherlands still lingering around. When does that go away? Because that is pretty important. I don't remember which one of these it is. Oh, it'd be one of these. Oh, in a year. Oh, that's going to be huge. Again, we're going to overkill our imperial authority a little bit, but not too badly. It's moving in the right direction. So that is something to be said about that. Aachen, how much do you dislike it? Not an impossible amount. Let me go and do that, and then we're going to have to put a cut in here. Thank you very much for watching another episode of our EU4's Imperial Italy. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.